Later, Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Now, Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly because he feared the Jews. With Pilate's permission, he came and took the body away. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who had earlier visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in strips of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. The opening words of Dickens' novella A Christmas Carol run, "Marley was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good upon the exchange for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail." This passage of John's Gospel has a similar message. Jesus was as dead as a doornail. His side had been pierced. He had been taken down from the cross and laid in the grave. He was really dead. No doubt about it, despite what some have speculated since. If Jesus did not truly die, he could not truly rise to life. And in that case, God's whole plan of salvation was a complete farce. It was null and void. He descended to the dead is as important to the gospel as Jesus' death and cross and resurrection. We must not rush too quickly from the cross to the Easter garden. We need to take on board that Jesus became really dead for us, and that sometimes following him requires a real death from us, as well as the physical one, before we can reach the resurrection. What is Jesus calling us to let die?
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb?
Lord Jesus, who died for us and was buried, help us to die to everything in our life and in the world that does not bring glory to you. And teach us that in following you, we need to follow you in your death before we can share in the power of your resurrection. Amen.